guys, welcome back to Sugarbush Farms. Today we are getting ready for soybean harvest. We're gonna hop in the 1680, pick up the head, and put the snouts on. Or dividers, I don't know. What do you call them anymore? We call them snouts. What do you guys call them? So now we're just gonna lower the header on the combine. So let's get that done. Oh man, people are backing into the driveway. They saw me with the camera. I'm the weird kid with the camera now. Well, I was just about to say that Bean Harvest 20 was off without a hinge, and the feeder house chain master link broke. So we gotta take a quick parts run, get a master link, and fix the combine, and we'll be back going again. Back to it. Went to Napa, they had the chain link for us, just replaced it, and we're back going. This spring there was a couple pretty heavy rains, so everywhere there's a valley there's gonna be a gully or a little bit of a washout, and there was some spots that we had to replant because of that. So we're trying to avoid those spots that we had to replant because we don't want to have to run some green beans through the machine. So we're trying to stick where the dry stuff is at. We also want to plant some wheat early this year, so we're harvesting where we're going to plant the wheat at. And the majority of that spot is dry soybeans.
Yeah, we know. We grew up together.
Right. And booty. So with the packing or the butcher shop, are you ever going to get to, I imagine you probably don't know this yet, but would you ever get to where you're shipping stuff out? Where I can call and order a T-bone?
Everything was going great until it isn't. So, gotta pull the head off and see what I broke. All I know is the feeder bar just came right across the top of that auger. You can see down there a couple fins are a little smashed. The whole bar is like that. It's curled up. It's bent in half. It's a nice 90. We'll see what happened. Done for the day and possibly the weekend. I got into some really tall beans, some really thick ones, and the rotor was really grinding because all that moisture running through it doesn't really like the wet crop. And then the next thing I know, my feeder house stops and I see one of the feeder house bars flip out of the front of the combine and land in front of it. So the first thing I do is I just flick both my levers inside the combine that turn the rotor and the feeder house off. After we got back up to the yard, we took the header off, and lo and behold, there was a bunch of bent feeder house, like actually feeder house bars that feed it. And the one that got kicked out in front of the combine is now shaped like a boomerang. So, you know, that immediately tipped me off when it flew out in front of the combine, almost in a 90-degree. I was like, yeah, something's wrong. And we opened up the rock trap, and this dude fell out. It's got a little bit of black paint on it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me look around. Yeah, you can probably see it. And so that got swallowed, bent that bar, broke the chain, and I was worried that one of those bars went inside of the combine. It was gonna screw everything else up. So we took the feeder house off today, and we cut the sprockets that got broke that drive the feeder house chain. and now we're just waiting on parts. So hopefully we can fix it. All right, so here's an update video. Today I went and got the new feeder house chain for the combine. These two are exactly the same, but as you can tell, there's a little bit of a bend to that one. Not as big as that one. So new chain, we got to get some new sprockets because these ones broke and they were getting pretty thin anyways. And we got 2-piece ones coming, so they'll bolt onto this and we can change those sprockets without having to do all of this again. Because that was the main problem. We could have done this whole thing inside of the barn at the farm instead of doing it here. But these sprockets were the main issue because they wrapped around the whole thing and we thought we were gonna have to take the whole shaft off. But we figured out that there are some 2-piece ones that just bolt on around it, and we can change those sprockets without taking the feeder house off. So, you know, if you were ever wondering, that's what it looks like. Combine, you know, the feeder house comes off. It's pretty simple, you know. A couple bolts and some big pins. Really not that bad. Waiting on sprockets, and then we can, you know, piece it back together. When it's done raining, we can get back to harvest. See you guys in the next video.